Welcome back, YouTube, to the GOATcast podcast, where we give you NBA talk, both past, present, and future. I, of course, am your host, Big Nige, and of course, we have CW. How are we doing today, CW?
Hey, it's the weekend's coming to an end, but and the Baltimore Ravens lost, man. I was hoping Lamar would get him one, but it wasn't his year.
I mean, there's always next year. But obviously, whenever this video drops out, obviously there's been a big inflation of scoring. Both you have Joel Embiid, I almost called him Joel MVP Embiid again. Embiid dropped 70 a few nights ago, and of course, last night, since that we're recording, Luka dropped 73. So with that being said, what should the NBA do about defense in the NBA, or lack thereof? Obviously, there's been a lot of rumblings about players not taking pride on the defensive end, things of that nature. So I'm gonna open the floor up to you before I give my response to this. And what should the NBA do to fix the current defense?
That is a tough question to answer because when you don't take defense seriously and you advertise your game based on scoring, then that's what everybody wants to see. So now you get these guys scoring 60, 70 points a night and holding up their little sign with their, their number on it. Mm-hmm. And you just wonder, where's the defensive intensity at with these guys? I mean, it's starting to look like the All-Star game every NBA game, and guys are just going up and down, doing whatever they want to do. And that's why people say the playoffs are a completely different beast, because you do see teams and players take defense a little more seriously, get a little more physical. I think it just needs more physicality. That's the thing that really makes throws players off their game. If you're giving them space to shoot and everybody's just shooting from the 3-point line, then you're going to get these numbers, and it's going to look, it's going to look nice when you look at the box score and say, oh, this guy scored 70. But do you want to watch players just run and gun? And that's pretty much what the NBA has become. So I just think I think Adam Silver's got to allow some more physicality, and teams have to really focus on that and preach that in their defensive sets, because if not, then this is just going to be the norm in the NBA. And some interesting facts, since the ABA-NBA merger until about 2016, the average games with someone scoring 40 was 49. Since 2017 and on, it's jumped to 123. That's the average of someone scoring 40 or better in the NBA. So it's doubled since then, and it coincides with rule changes, with things of that nature. So I just think Adam Silver's going to have to lighten up on these, how physical players can be, not to the point where they're fighting and just slamming people down, but he's got to he's going to have to make some changes to the rule so that so that coaches can put into their system some type of, some kind of game plan that will stop all this scoring. So that's pretty much what I have for that.
Okay. Now, so my response to how they should fix it, well, I think DeJounte Murray kind of hit it on the head with his response, or his clapback on Instagram a few days ago. Mind you, this comment, I'm gonna go ahead and read it, happened, and then a few days later, Luka dropped 73. But let me tell you what he said to these people on Instagram. Obviously, I ain't gonna say what he really said, but basically somebody on his Instagram post talked about his fall off on the defensive end, which is true. Mm-hmm. But he said, both of y'all, lame as you know what, just running your mouth. You can't touch nobody in this soft league. So who really able to play real defense? Ain't nobody blowing past me, because it's a pride thing. Know the facts before y'all start running your mouth, wannabe coaches and GM clowns. So, so I mean, obviously, like you said, physicality is a problem in today's game. You can't touch nobody because the refs are blowing the whistle. Now, for me, obviously, you like you said, bring back the physicality. So, what rules in place would need to, happen so that could happen? Well, I say they bring back the hand checks, and you bring back the hand checks. Now you got players. If somebody were to score 73, it would look a lot harder. It would be a lot harder because people can bump you off your spot. People are actually allowed to, play like pickup level defense. Like when you play pickup basketball, it's different than when you play in a regular, organized game where there's officiating. Like me going to go get a bucket on some old man who's got that, old man strength. It's gonna be a lot harder than me scoring on somebody in an officiated game because they start bumping me up. That's gonna be a foul. I also think they should look more into the NBA. Should kind of look at the EuroLeague, like obviously because like you got players like Embiid, Giannis, Luka. These guys, especially Luka, has been on record saying that it's easier to score in the NBA than the EuroLeagues, right, or overseas. And these are the same guys saying it are the same guys dropping 70 plus in the NBA, right? So I think the NBA should take some of the physicality, maybe even you bring maybe the 3 seconds, maybe that goes away for maybe not the entire
3 seconds,
maybe like the 3 seconds in the paint, maybe you take it out for the first quarter and the fourth quarter, right? So then you got people like Gobert who can really show their defensive acumen and just sit in the paint, and I dare you to come try a layup because people do be dunking on him, but he has to rotate late. He can't just stand in the paint. To his defense, so I think those two things would help, and obviously officiating. Like obviously when I say hand checking, it's one thing, but come on, man, some of these things that these refs be calling, these refs be in their feelings about a whole bunch of stuff. We've already got a video on it, but man, like you can't say nothing to the refs, you can't say nothing to opposing players. Sometimes you can't even say nothing to your own teammate. And it's just like it's too soft, man. Like put some hair on your chest and let's play basketball, man. We ain't like 5 and 6 year olds, man. Like let's hoop. I think if you couple those things in together, I think the NBA will get back to, while still obviously everybody wants to score and everybody likes, seeing Curry shoot them long shots and, things of that nature. But like, we need to get back a little bit, reel back the offense a little bit. So these 70 plus scoring nights aren't becoming the norm. And they're more of an anomaly.
Exactly.
But it starts with defense.
They don't mean much anymore.